Okay, in the first part, we did these two sheets. Let me hide the curves. So the first version was this one without any tangency here at the center. So if I hide the edges, we had this situation. The second one was this one with this tangency, with this nice filleting going on here at the middle. The third one will be, again, a detail, but this detail will be a separate part and will look similar to this one. And we will be able to give this separate part another material. So let's start. And before starting with this one, I would also like to show you the differences for the curves. Here in our first example, we had this one with this sharp corner. The second one, we gave the cutter some room for filleting. That's why this one has flat endings, not sharp like this one. For the third example, we will have a similar shape, a similar cutter, but with a rounded ending. So let's start by creating a center circle. So something like this. Bring this guy up. SX. Let's squeeze this one. SY. X. Let's squeeze this a little bit further. Yeah, something like this will do the job, I think. Okay, now in solid mode, let's select our sheet and press C for cut and select this curve as a cutter. This time we will go with the cut command instead of imprint, and I press OK. And now I would like to show you a little trick. So if we are in solid mode, we can delete this one right away. If we are in face mode, let's go to face mode. We can again select this face and delete the sheet. Pay attention to the outliner. I will repeat it. If I select this guy in face mode, look what happens. I have this sheet, and if I delete it, it's gone. But if I select this sheet in face mode, not in solid mode, in face mode, and press Shift X, I can delete the sheet and keep the border, so keep the curve. Deleting the sheet by pressing Shift X will create a new curve, so pay attention to the outliner. If I press Shift X, boom, the sheet is gone, but we have a new curve. Next step is creating a bridge like in the other two examples. A bridge starting here and ending here. So therefore I go to face mode, select our main sheet, press Ctrl R for running the isoparam, press Tab for changing the direction. Let's snap it to the center, to the middle of the sheet. Select both edges and look for bridge. Pressing F and look for bridge. That's what we have so far. Let's look from the right view or left view, doesn't matter. I will just go to control point mode, select these two control points in the middle. And by the way, I have created a G2 bridge curve. Let me repeat it. I go back a step, run the bridge command. By default, Plasticity is about to create a G2 curve. G3 doesn't work. If I go to G1, pressing Tab, couple of times until I have G1. We can create this curve as well, but we will get a curve which has only two control points at the middle. And these are the ones which create the tangency. But I want to edit the two control points here in the middle and leave the ones which create the tangency. So therefore, I press Tab for going to G2. And now I have the situation I wanted. I have these two control points. They are the one which keep the tangency. But I can edit these two at the middle. That's why I go with G2 continuity and press OK. So if I go to control point mode, I can select these two at the middle and press GZ. Bring them slightly up, so the detail will be more visible. I will even go further and make something like this and press OK. Now that we have our bridge curve here at the middle and the one which we have created from the sheet, you remember, we can select both and press Shift H for isolating them. And now we will create a loft. And I can't create a loft by simply selecting both and run loft. Plasticity will give me an error. Therefore, I have to use the cut curve command for cutting this guy with the bridge curve. Let's select this guy, press C for cut. And in order to cut the curve with the curve, I have to press C again. Use this option. So I press C again. And now I can select the bridge curve as a cutter and cut. I will repeat it. So I go back a couple of steps. So I select this one, press C. And now press C again and select this one. So it's quite simple. So I select this one, C, C, boom. So if you want to cut a sheet or a solid with the curve, you press C once. But if you want to cut a curve with the curve, you press C twice. It's that simple. Okay, now that we have 3 parts, we can simply run the loft, select the first one, shift select the second one, so the one in the middle, and the third one. In this order, press L for loft, and now we get our cool detail. And if I press OK and press Alt H for bring back the rest, we have this situation. That's exactly what we wanted. Next step is creating a solid out of this sheet which we have created, out of this detail. So let's select this sheet and press Shift H for isolating it. There are a couple of ways to go about it. First one is simply selecting this one in solid mode, press E and drag along the Z-axis so you can get this situation. The second one is thickening the sheet. But let's look from the right view and Shift D. Let's compare both methods. So I select this one again and press E for extrude. And here extrude along the Z-axis and create this situation. And let's see what's the difference to thicken sheet. F, look for thicken. And now we can thicken this guy. The difference is that that plasticity creates a solid by thickening the sheet along its normal. So if you have a curved sheet like this, chances are that you won't succeed in thickening the sheet. So that's a difference. I just wanted to show you the difference. And I press Escape, delete this guy. So I will go with this method. So with the extrude, Alt H for bringing back the rest. And I think that this one is too thick. So I simply create a line which I can use as a cutter. Select the solid, press C for cut. Select the cutter, press OK. Delete the junk and the cutter. Now we have a cool flat shape here at the bottom. Now let's also thicken the sheet, the main sheet. I select this guy, press E for extrude and select the sheet. And now the handle is somewhere here, but I want to extrude it exactly along the Z-axis like we did with the detail. So therefore I press F for freestyle. So press F and select the first reference point, which can be this center edge. Drag along the Z-axis for creating the second reference point, but I forgot to select both sheets for extruding, so I press Escape. In face mode I select these 2 sheets. Again press E and F for freestyle, first reference point along the Z-axis, second reference point, and boom. Of course, you could have also mirrored the one which I did previously in my first attempt. So extruding a solid out of a sheet creates a completely new solid and leaves the sheet. So we don't need the sheets any longer. We can delete these guys. The sheet of the main sheet and the sheet from this detail. Now we are left with just these 2 solids. And now let's play around a little bit with the fillet and add another detail. So let's start by pressing Ctrl Alt so we can select the edges, all 4 edges, without selecting each edge one by one. So press Ctrl Alt and select one of the edges so you can select all 4 edges of this solid. And the fillet command pops up automatically. So you can press D for going right into the positive, because otherwise, if you select these guys and drag along this handle in the negative, you go into the chamfer. So to keep it short, if you select these guys, these 4 edges, and press D, you go into the fillet, into the positive right away. If you press C, you go into the negative, into the chamfering. That's why I say always BD in my tutorials, so for going right into the fillet right away. So let's select these guys and press D, and I think that's okay. Press OK. Before continuing with the filleting stuff and detailing, I would first like to bring this lower face further down. So I select this face in face mode. The push face command pops up automatically, and I can simply drag this guy down. That's okay. Let's look from the right view. And I want to cut this main sheet at the same height as the bottom of the detail. So I press Shift A for creating a line. Hide this main sheet for a minute, pressing H. Let's select this line, which we will use as a cutter. Press G. Drag by pressing Ctrl so it snaps to the bottom of the detail. And now we can drag the cutter to the center and press S twice. Select the solid, press C for cut, select the cutter, press OK, delete the junk and the cutter, and that's what we have. Let's continue. I don't need all these curves, I can deactivate them so they don't get in my way. And now let's create this detail I talked about, something which you can see quite often in panelings. So if there is a division in a car, something in the shape of a S curve, so let's create something like this, and we will do this with this curve tool. But before doing so, let's deactivate object snapping so the snapping doesn't get in our way. Select the curve, the spline curve, draw a line, something like this. Go to control point mode. Of course, first we have to activate the curves, obviously. And I can't see what I'm doing, therefore I toggle on X-ray mode. Okay, let's continue. We have this waveform. And we will use this one as a cutter for both solids. So for the main solid as well as for the detail. I know I deactivated the curves so they don't get in our way, but I had to activate them for this cutting curve. So select the solid, press C for cut and select the cutter, which is this spline curve we have just created, and press OK. And do the same for this one. Again, press C, select the spline curve and press OK. Deactivate the curves because now we have everything we need. Now starts our filleting party. So let's select these two parts of the detail. Now they are separated obviously because we have cut them. Shift H for isolating them. Now select the edge of one of them. I don't know which one I have selected, but that doesn't matter. And I BD fillet it. And for being able to see the fillet, I look from the top view. And now I can drag either on this handle, or I can here drag on this in the distance field here in the context menu, and I go with 0.03. That's okay. Okay, now again I select this edge. I don't know which one it is, but that doesn't matter in this case. If you want to know which edge you want to select, you have to press Ctrl Shift. Here again, if you press Shift, you can fine-tune your filleting, your adjustment. And I think that's okay. A tiny fillet, much smaller than this one, but visually that's okay. Now we can select this edge from the other detail and press BD. And here again, we have to make our fine-tunings. Okay. That looks fine. And you can always go back and readjust. So I select this face if the fillet is too small. I can again press BD and make the fillet bigger. In this case, I will make it a little bit bigger. And maybe this one as well. Let's look from the top view again. Press BD. Bigger fillet. This sheet. Let's look from the top view. So again, we are readjusting the fillets. I make them bigger. Okay, now I select the face, the top face, and shift select the top face of the second one and press Ctrl 2 for converting the face selection into an edge selection. And again, I fillet, pressing BD. And if the fillet goes crazy when you are dragging along this handle, no problem. Just type in a value here in the menu. Of course, this looks a little bit funky, but it's a very tiny detail. And if I bring back the rest and hide the X-ray mode and the edges, that looks okay. But of course you can always go back and readjust this stuff if you don't like the topology or the surfacing here. But I won't go into this detail. I will keep on having my filleting fun. Here again, BD. Maybe I will time-lapse this one, this filleting part. Okay, we are ready with this detailing, and let's just give these guys some materials. I select both parts of the main solid, press M. Let's give it something like this. And for the details, let's select both of them and give them a white metallic. And that's the end of our series. I hope you had fun. See you in the next video. Peace!